Hey everyone, NewRevan coming at you. Star Wars The Force Unleashed, finally, 3 years of development, 3 years of waiting. It is finally here. Now, you're obviously going to wonder, is this game worth the hype? Now, it depends on what console you have, really. There are some factors on certain consoles that make this game worthwhile. There are some that aren't. On the PlayStation 2 copy, for example, there's a whole extra level built into there that's not on any of the other consoles. That being said, I will begin my review. Graphically, this game was very decent. It had a lot of interesting stuff to it. It had a lot of interesting flows. Certain things were highly detailed, other things weren't. Backgrounds, amazing. Environments, beautiful and hideous. Opponents, enemies are well done. Some enemies we've never seen before, like the Felusians, were very interesting, very intricate, and very well done. The Rancors were amazing, considering we've never really seen any like this before. If you played the game, you might know what I mean, especially that Bull Rancor. I gotta hit on this. The homage to other games. On the lightsaber, you have the ability to change it. You can change the saber color, as well as you can change certain crystals in it, which will enhance, like, say, your strength of your hit, stuff like that. Well, all the crystals are named after the Siegel crystal, or the Rubat crystal. All those names are from crystals from Knights of the Old Republic. So I thought that was very, very cool that they were willing to go kind of draw from the well. In terms of story, the story was unbelievable. It was really worthy of Star Wars. There's twists, there's turns, there's the love interest, there's comedy. What is the story? Now, I'm going to slightly be a spoiler here. You begin the game as the Dark Lord himself, Darth Vader. You are given information that there's a Jedi being hidden by the Wookiees on Kashyyyk. You ransack the planet, killing Wookiees and, in some cases, stormtroopers alike. No one is safe from your wrath, and you destroy everything and everyone in your sight. As you go on, you finally find your first unleashed opponent, a Jedi, the name of Kento, I believe. He meets a very hideous end at the hands of Darth Vader, but Kento has a hidden secret. His son, a Jedi who bore a son. Sound familiar? Vader spares this boy's life, in fact kills several stormtroopers and an Imperial officer to keep him alive. Fast forward a couple of years, a lot of years actually, the apprentice is finally knighted as a Sith. He has, according to certain lines, been a warrior for Darth Vader and has executed a few rivals to the Dark Lord. And he has now begun a mission of hunting and killing Jedi. His first one, Master Ram Kotep, who is attacking a TIE fighter construction yard. At this point, you meet the female character, your love interest, Juno Eclipse, and Starkiller's droid Proxy. By the way, I should mention that the main character, the Secret Apprentice, is never given an actual name. He's given the codename of Starkiller, but it was never his actual name. This game has a lot of interesting twists and turn points to it. You see some characters you might recognize, such as Shaak Ti from the Clone Wars. We saw her for a bit, and if you saw the special features of Star Wars Episode 3, you would know that she was in fact intended to die in those films. However, because her death scenes were omitted from the final film version, she was finally given a perfect death on Felusia. The game, music is drawn right from the film. The voice acting is not the original actors for Bail, Leia, Palpatine, or Darth Vader. James Earl Jones does not reprise his role. Now, I can talk about graphics and sound and gameplay all I want, but really, all that was great. The major problem that comes with this game is the lack of a multiplayer and Xbox Live function. You're mean to tell me that you can develop a multiplayer function for, what was it, like the Wii, and a relive famous fights bit for the PSP, but you can't take that same technology, jack it up to the 10th degree, and put it on the PS3 or the 360? I mean, I know they wanted something special for each console, but I think this just draws back to my original thoughts that they need to stop supporting the PS2 and the PSP, and they need to start facing facts that the 360 and the PS3 are home consoles with far greater potential than what is being tapped right now. They have the greatest next-gen piece of equipment, and yet they are not willing to go that extra step and develop something that could be far greater. Halo is not a great game, but what makes it great is its online capabilities. The same could have been said for The Force Unleashed. There's a lot of potential with this game style and gameplay to develop a strong and very fun fighting system for a Jedi fighting game. We could have seen something on the lines of you just relive boss fights. We could have seen something to where you are Luke Skywalker versus Darth Vader at Cloud City, which would have, both things would have been fun. Or a whole fighting system with many Jedi from the series, not just the Secret Apprentice or Darth Vader, but hell, Yoda was in Soul Calibur. Why don't we put him into the mix? Yoda versus Mace Windu. You know, or Anakin Skywalker versus Obi-Wan Kenobi on Mustafar. Something interesting. There's so much power in this console, and they do not exploit that fact. Another thing I should hit on is there is a special mission for the PS2 version. This is something that does upset me. How come this is not on the 360 and the PS3? As I said before, there's no reason to keep drawing back from the PlayStation 2 well. That well is starting to dry up. It is time to move on and start to support your consoles. Support the PS3, support the 360. Because of the lack of support that the main consoles got, this game did not become as good as it could have been. While you can play both endings and find all the hidden items, there's still a feeling that, you know, I really would like to play this with a friend of mine. I really would like to go one-on-one against him in a fight. How would he handle being Shaak Ti and me being the apprentice? Would that fight still end the same way? Overall, what did I think of this game? Many reviewers online, such as IGN and GameSpot.com, have been giving this game anywhere between a 7.4 to a 7.6. I give this a whole point higher at an 8.6. I believe that this game, while lacking a online multiplayer function, was still a lot of fun and still had a lot of great moments to it. And I think this game will make a great base for future games, such as the Jedi Knight Jedi Academy series. I believe that if we put the unleashed powers into a game such as that, we can see something absolutely amazing. And maybe possibly an MMO by the name of Knights of the Republic that's coming out might experience some of these unleashed powers instead of this bullshit about reliving the Knights of the Republic fighting style in an MMO format. Make a real game. Don't bullshit with Star Wars fans. It doesn't turn out well. So overall, an 8.7. I know I'm nearly hitting the 10-minute mark. That's why I keep looking at my computer. I'm keeping track of the times. 8.7 out of 10. Well worth a 3-year wait. Could have been better, this is true. But a great base, a great story, tragic and beautiful, as is the way of Star Wars and the will of the Force. This is normally where I say goodbye. And on this, may the Force be with you.